choice because if I was going to do this, because my family needed it, I had to do it, and I had to find a way to do it. And so really just making the most of the time that you do have, instead of just doing one-on-one facials, which are great, book your individual warm chatters together at one time so that you make, and I love to party because you get more, bang for your time, I guess, more buck for your time if you want to say. It takes the same amount of time to facial that many versus just one. So just time. And I still battle that now, but I know that it's important. I see the success and the fruit that comes from that.
So you're a hairstylist, and I would assume you could only redo one head at a time unless one was under the dryer and one was in your chair, and that you didn't have the privilege of doing 3 to 5 at a time and making more money as a result of it and getting paid 6 weeks, 6 months, continuing. Do you still get, I still get reorders from people that I facialed my first year of business 28 years ago. Where else do you continue to get a paycheck on work you did that? Do you appreciate that and know what you're, okay.
I'm trying to decide I don't want to uncover my life. I'm going to be honest. My biggest obstacles, I had a protective order in the middle of my DIQ. It was an abusive situation. I lost my car, broke down twice completely. I had somebody give me a car, another person give me a car. I had a lot. I lost my child care. It just was a lot. And that's not even all. So I had lots of obstacles. So when I thought you were going to say, what can I tell them? I said, you can do it. You can do it. There's no excuses. And I don't think that when I say there's no excuses, if you believe that you're called to do it, you can do it. God will give you strength after strength. And when you don't think you can do it. So, yeah, I had lots of obstacles, but I'm here. So, February was when we started DIQ, and that was winter. And more than even over here in Chambersburg, we get a lot of snow and ice and slush and just crazy stuff over there in Johnstown. So some of that was just that, because cancellations happen in winter, right? I mean, cancellations happen all the time, but cancellations and rescheduling, all that happen in the winter time. And I had several health issues with family members of ours, my grandfather, my mother-in-law, more than once. And the other thing that I was going to tell you is work when you can. Not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient, not when it's fun. Work when you can. Because in the middle of DIQ, Saturday was an appointment day for me, and I had 2 back-to-back sharing appointments. I had a facial scheduled, and a stomach bug was going around our house, and not a real violent stomach bug, but just a stomach bug. And so that morning I woke up, and it was my turn. And so I just pleaded with the Lord, like, Lord, I cannot make money. I cannot reach the goal if I can't even get out of my house, or even get out of my bed. And I really did try to push through it, y'all. I got my makeup on, started to suit up, and I just kept feeling worse and worse and worse. And I did end up calling and rescheduling everything. I went back to bed for the bulk of the day, and got up that evening and had over $200 in reorders, you guys. So work when you can work, so that when you can't, it will work for you.
One thing I want to say before I talk about the obstacles is that don't give up on anybody. If Lisa Van Patten had given up on me, thank you for not giving up on me. For 5 years, I was just personal use. I ordered my stuff, some stuff for my mother-in-law, and it was a God thing. I mean, it was on my heart to find something else, and I had been on her mind, and she called me. So follow up, even if it's 5 years later, if somebody's doing that, call them again and let them know, because they need it. They might need it. For me, my biggest obstacles were was going through a separation. I got 2 kids. I own an advertising company, and I was just busy. But I knew that I needed something else. I knew that God was calling me for something else, and I just listened and I obeyed. When He put it on my heart to do it, I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then I would wake up some days and I would go, oh, I don't want to do that. And then I would call Lisa and say, what do I do? And she would say, do it anyway. So I did it anyway. And I'm very thankful that I just worked and did it anyway. So if we can do it, you can do it too. So if it's on your heart, just make a decision